there is demand in hand, but we are not able to ship.
And you reckon that this will change as a result of the Chinese lockdown opening up and supply channels easing, or is it also a very important factor of what's happening between Russia and Ukraine?
Certainly, China opening up will improve the logjam on logistics. So there are many of the electronics supply chains are based out of China, but many of the other commodities to do with nickel, to do with some kinds of raw materials which are used in tier 3 supplies for semiconductors, etc. A lot of that comes through those regions, and when those commodities are impacted, the flow of that gets stopped. Then you have to find new sources, and those sources are not able to ramp up just as quickly. So I'm not saying there's a massive impact, but there is an impact.
So what eases this, therefore? I'm just trying to grab my head around it.
One is that, there are ceasefires, some of this fighting, etc., slows down. Other countries start building up more capacities to compensate for that.
But that could be some time away, right?
It's a couple of quarters away. That's why we don't have very clear visibility to say, okay, here is a number, and I can say it with 100% confidence that we are going to be bang on.
Okay. But you're hopeful that some bit of it could be a couple of quarters away, and if indeed there's a ceasefire and China also opens up, then things could get resolved quicker as well.
Absolutely, and we are hopeful. If that happens, we are all ready. We have significant capacity ready and available. We can ramp up faster than almost anybody else.
Okay, couple of geographical questions, Mr. Ram. One is there's a belief that the current strength in exports into EU may not sustain low horsepower, demand may wane, etc. What's your sense there?
I think low horsepower is coming out of a multi-year downturn cycle. So at least it's my belief that it should sustain for at least a couple of years, because we are coming off a low. And so if you look at the numbers for the previous 2 years, they have been rising pretty substantially for the last 2 years. I don't see that momentum going away right away, because there is demand which has not been there for a couple of years. So there is pent-up demand which is all being met right now. And the biggest competition we have in those countries, Europe, Africa, Middle East, is mainly from China and Vietnam. And I think we are more cost competitive now. We have launched many more products which are more suited for the needs of those markets. So we feel we are better placed competitively also to deal with competition. So I'm pretty optimistic that demand will remain robust.